In this video, we're going to cover why inviting customers to the shop for in-person showings when you're selling them a flatbed before the sale actually goes through is an extremely great tool to get more units sold. This is pretty basic on why this works, so let's get into it. The first is in-person meetings build immediate credibility by themselves. Because when you are doing internet marketing, which is most of what this program is in terms of lead generation, for all the customer knows, you're an online scam. I mean, you basically were on a website, they put in some info, they got a price sheet for allegedly some flatbeds that exist. But a lot of people, especially these days, and rightfully so, are skeptical until they actually see something in the flesh. So when you invite them to the shop, they actually can see that you're a legit person with a legit business building actual flatbeds. So that's kind of step one for a lot of people these days, is just like establishing that you're actually legit. Secondly, it's generally easier to get somebody to like you in person than it is over the phone. And getting someone to like you is step one in sales. People do business with people that they like. That's just a lot easier to do that in person than it is over the phone. And then lastly, and this is kind of the most obvious thing, is nothing beats an in-person look at the product that they're going to be buying. This is an expensive item. People want to know exactly what they're getting. A $6,000, $8,000, $10,000 check is a big check that somebody's going to write. This is an investment. And so they want to know exactly what they're going to be getting, who they're going to be dealing with. They want to feel comfortable with the facility that it's getting built in. They want to feel comfortable with you as the salesperson and or the welder builder of it, that you're going to take care of them, that you're going to do everything correctly. In-person meetings kind of do a lot of that legwork for you. And the other thing is that these things, these flatbeds, as you guys know if you've built any, they look great in photos, but they look exceptional in person. And so it's just a way more powerful sales experience for somebody to come, look at it, lay their hands on it before they buy one, because they can see and feel the difference of this bed versus if they go look at a CM bed. They can just tell that the details are more taken care of, the design is more functional and better looking in most people's opinion. It's just extremely powerful to get them to come look in person. So, kind of moral of the story here is any leads that you talk to that are in a reasonable distance from your shop, you know, an hour or less, we often get people that drive 3-4 hours just to come look and meet us in person before they place the order. Try and get as many of the leads as possible to come by the shop and take a look in order to help them make the decision. Number one, build some rapport because you obviously care about them as a person. You're fine with meeting them, talking with them. That's just a personal, good touch to have. Secondly, they look at the thing in person. That's going to sell them way more than you just send them some photos, because everything is just kind of theory at that point. When they show up in the flesh, it is now real. Just try and get people to the shop. It's pretty much that simple. The rule of thumb that we got is if we can get somebody to the shop, 70% chance that they're going to close at some point. We've tracked this over time versus, sales calls and that sort of thing were more like 7 to 10% close rate. So it's a massive difference, which is why getting people to the shop if you can, extremely important step if you want to juice your sales in this program.